gentlemen, welcome back to another episode of Vacancy. Evanella's with me. Yes, I'm back. And it is with a heavy heart that I tell you, yes, I am uploading late this week, as you could fucking tell. But I have a good excuse, okay? I have a good excuse this time. The merch. Dude, this merch. Oh my goodness. It is really, it's a lot going on. It is a lot going on here, girl, and I am just one lady, and I only have two other people helping me with this. So, there was kind of some last minute stuff that I had to. I quite literally could not find any time yesterday to record, which I shouldn't have recorded yesterday because yesterday was Thursday, and today is Friday, and Thursday is the day it's supposed to be out. Wednesday was also busy as well. Tuesday though, I had a lot of time, and I was like, maybe I should record the podcast today in case anything comes up. Didn't do it, and then guess what? Shit came up, girl. But here we are. And as of right now, the merch is going to be out in like a freaking hour from recording this. So that's kind of, no, 2 hours because it's 10 a.m. right now. So yeah, but anyway, here's the hoodie. This is a hoodie from the drop. Let me show you. Move the mic out of the way. Jeez, what do you think? Okay, well, you can't really see, but it's my face is on it. It's like that profile picture of me with the fuzzy hat. That's I think it's my TikTok and my Twitch profile picture, and then the back says a girl who doesn't shut up, which is my Twitch bio. But yeah, Grace went off with the freaking design, so shout out Grace, and there's a lot of other good stuff, and I can't wait for you guys to see it, and I hope you freaking love it. I hope you love it. But yeah, we're back. I just woke up, so sorry if I sound a little stuffy or something. Miso, what are you chewing on right now? What could you even possibly be chewing on right now? Please. What even is that? What is even in there for you to be chewing on? Oh, his toy. Okay, look, it's spring toy. Okay, I can't be mad at that. This is rightfully yours. Look, here. Okay, I threw it over there for him. That is rightfully his. It sounded like some plastic or something. Well, it is plastic, but it's plastic that he should not have been playing with. You know how my son is, man. You know he don't fucking listen. So, you never know with that guy. But yeah, the merch is going to be out. The website will be open for 2 weeks. Everything's pre-order, so give me some time, girl. After the website closes, another like 3-ish weeks for everything to start to ship. But you'll get it. I promise you'll get it. Also, my apartment, I came home the other day and there was a letter. There was a letter in not everyone, but certain people's little thing by their door. We have these little things by your door, and you could put a little letter in it. It's not a mailbox though, so because the mailboxes are downstairs. But just shut up. Just fucking get to the point. Just tell the story. So they leave a letter in there, and I'm like, what is this? So, and usually it'll be they'll say, oh, we have to do a water shut off on this day from this time to this time for preventative measures or whatever. It's usually about shutting off something for a certain amount of time or something like that. So I get this, it's like a 3-page thing. I open it up. It says, we are going to have to come into your apartment on Friday, February 14th for reasons. And then it checks off. It says subleasing violation. I said, who, me? So I'm looking around, I'm like, what the frick? So then I keep reading because I'm like, okay, what is this, a mistake? And then it said these apartments on each floor, whatever, because certain apartments have the same layout. And then some apartments have a different layout. So they came with the receipts, okay? Then they printed out pictures of an Airbnb listing that somebody listed with pictures of the apartment, which is somewhere in this building, but that is very that is very illegal, and I don't know if it's necessarily illegal, but it's breaking your lease. You can't, it says in the lease, you cannot sublease, you cannot Airbnb, that's not allowed, and that's not allowed at most places out here, at least. As far as apartment buildings go, big company owned apartment buildings, a lot of the times you're not allowed to Airbnb them, and if you do, you have to have some sort of a thing from the city. You have to have a pass or permit or something. I don't fucking know. So someone subleasing their shit, girl, and they screenshotted the listing, printed it out, and they put it on everyone's door and was like, we're coming for you, and you only got a day to figure this the fuck out. And honestly, that's kind of iconic. That's really kind of iconic. I'm like, ooh, someone's gonna get in trouble. But they're supposed to come in the apartments today. Um, I don't think they're really gonna have to, because the pictures of the apartment, it's very like millennial beige apartment. It's really not anything exciting. Just like a boring beige couch. There's like no personality, and I mean, which is what you would get with a fucking regular Airbnb. It's just kind of like basic. Um, but yeah, they narrowed it down to like a certain layout, and I have the same layout as the people who are freaking subleasing, so they have to go into everyone's apartment that has the same layout. And there's a lot of them. It was like listing them all. I'm like, oh girl, they are probably going to be so freaking sick of this. And I'm like, who is coming in the apartment though? Like, that's what I want to know. Is it the leasing office people coming in here? Because I hope that they would know. I hope that they don't even come in here and they just know me and they're like, girl, it's not her. It's not her. And I haven't had any like the maintenance people or anything in my apartment pretty much since I moved in. Like, I haven't really needed anything. So it's not like they come in here all the time and they like know that this is my apartment, but I don't know. I also don't have my cats on my lease, so maybe I'll get in trouble, guys. But the cats always hide when they hear people come in that they don't recognize. So, they're good. They're good about that. They're saving Molly some money. Saving Molly some money. But yeah, they're gonna come into my fucking apartment at some point today. I hope it's not right now when I'm sitting here recording this, because that would be really effing awkward. And hopefully all they gotta do is open my goddamn apartment door, see my giant orange couch, and then close the fucking door and realize that I'm not the person they're looking for. But I'm just imagining the person that they are looking for, it would be kind of especially funny if they're like out of town and they are like, they don't even like live. I mean, well, if they're Airbnb-ing the place, I don't think that they would live here, because if it's like constantly booked, girl, I don't know. But it's kind of even funnier, because then what are they going to do? They can't get rid of all their furniture. And then if they get rid of all their furniture, then they're going to be like, well, bitch, where's your furniture? Like, okay, so you have no furniture all of a sudden? Something's not adding up. So those people are probably scrambling, but I just want to know the tea. Like, where do they live? Do they live on my floor? Like, what is tea? Who are you people? But it actually used to be kind of a thing. Like, people would Airbnb apartments. I feel like this was like a few years ago. Like, people would do that all the time. Like, especially the first time that I came to LA. Oh my God, I got Airbnb catfish. I got Airbnb fished so hard the first time that I came to LA in 2018 with my friend from Boston. This is back when I lived in Boston, and she was talking to this guy, and she kind of was like, I don't really remember if she was more like tricking on him or if she was like really actually talking to him, but he was young, like, but he just had money. He was a bookie. If you don't know what a bookie is, it's like, I didn't know what it was until I moved to Boston. It's like a very Boston thing, but it's basically not really. It's like a sports bettor, but like an illegal sports bettor. But they make a lot of money. So he was a bookie, and he made some fucking money, dude. And they were like talking, and he was like always going on trips and like going places, and he would want her to go, and and she'd be like, "Can I bring her too?" About me, and then he'd be like, "Yeah, I guess." You could tell he was just like, sure, I guess it'll make you feel better. So I'd be like, yes. So I'd be like the third fucking child tagging along. But he was cool. And he would obviously get us our own room and shit. So it's not like I'd have to fucking hang out with him. But unless we all like went to dinner or something. But he was cool anyway, so I didn't really care. But there was one time we went to Florida, and then another time we went to LA. And we went to LA, and I could have stayed. No, this is what happened. So my friend had another friend who lived out here already, one of her other best friends. So she was like, I'm just going to stay with her because I don't want to stay at the house with him, but they got like a big, giant, gorgeous like house in Beverly Hills. And I'm like, well, I'm not going to fucking stay there with the guy. I don't know him. So then I was like, okay, I'll just get my own Airbnb. I'll just get some small, regular shit. It's just going to be me, like nothing crazy. So I look at these pictures. The place was like very normal looking, cute, clean, tiny, but like cute. And I get there, and I remember I'd never been to LA. So in my mind, I'm thinking that all of LA looks like looks like Beverly Hills, because that's just like what you think it looks like if you don't know anything about it and you've never seen anything. Like, I just think all of LA is just like palm trees and Beverly Hills and fucking Rodeo Drive. So I get here and the apartment's somewhere in like probably like Koreatown or like downtown adjacent somewhere, and I'm looking around, I'm like, this place is a fucking dump. I was like, this is LA? Bro, this place is a fucking dump. And I really wish I remember where the apartment was, but it was just a regular ass side street with just like, I don't know, just like just a bunch of apartments, but it was like a little janky, the house. I was like, girl, this is LA. This is what y'all are talking about. And I'm like, okay, well, where is the damn, hello, where's my apartment? So then I'm like messaging the guy. I'm like, I don't know where I'm supposed to go. There's like a million buildings here. It was just like a bunch of smaller apartments. And he comes outside and he's like, okay, I'll show you around. So he walks me inside of this building. The inside of the building was very questionable, very, very questionable. And I walk up, he walks me up a flight of stairs, and it kind of looked like I'm not even trying to lie to you, it kind of looked like a prison. I'm not gonna lie, but you know what? That's okay. And I opened the door to like the apartment, and the apartment looks kind of like the pictures. I mean, it was a little smaller than they made it look, but it was just, the building was like really not nice. And they obviously did not include any pictures of the exterior of the building because they did not want to scare you away. And I was like, okay, cool, great. But you know what? It ended up being fine. And actually, funny story, Lawrence, as some of you know and love, my tattoo artist, that was the first time that we had hung out. Well, I mean, I knew him like through the internet, but he lived like an hour outside of LA at the time, and he was going into LA that night for a concert, and his car broke down. His car broke down, which is hilarious because it's the same car that he still has. He has like this old BMW, but it's like, you know, like those like cool, like sexy old BMWs. It's like one of those, but it's always giving him fucking car trouble, like still to this day. And I make fun of him all the time for it. I'm like, bro, it's just not worth it. Like, it's literally just not worth it. So the first time that he came to, the first time that I met him, he came to LA for a Puma Blue concert. I think that's who it was. And he didn't even get to go to the concert because his car broke down. Sorry, it's not funny. I shouldn't be laughing. And so then we literally just like fucking hung out at the goddamn apartment. And then the TV like also wasn't working. So we were just sitting there. They had like board games. We were just like sitting there playing fucking board games, bro. We were like bored as shit. And then this is also just his sense of humor. But he started taking all of my stuff, like my designer shit, my Nintendo Switch, and he was just he was just taking pictures of it and posting it on his Instagram story. He was like, for sale, for sale, for sale, hit me up. But yeah, that's very much his personality. That's just kind of the person he is. So I feel like sometimes people, like, if he comes on my stream or whatever, people are just like, he's kind of an asshole, like, or they'll say shit like that. I just don't think you guys understand his sense of humor sometimes. Like, that's just kind of his vibe. But yeah, that was the first time we ever hung out. And where was I even going with this story? I don't even remember what the whole point of the story was, because I was saying how I came to LA for the first time. Oh, but yeah, but basically, like, there were so many apartments that were being Airbnb'd out, and it like wasn't an issue, I feel like, back in the day. But now they've like really cracked down on it, and buildings have like implemented it in their lease. Like, girl, you cannot Airbnb. But a lot of the smaller like apartments don't know or care, I don't think, because it's like they're not really like going and looking for it. But voice crack, what the freak? It's more like the bigger corporate-y kind of buildings. But yeah, and it kind of sucks because I just like, oh god, I want a fucking house. I want a house so bad. You have no idea how bad I want a house. I mean, I'm sure we all do. But I, like, on a daily, like, I will just, like, drive around. I mean, not, like, purposely driving around, just, like, looking at houses. But if I'm, like, in a cute neighborhood, and I just, like, oh, dude, I romanticize the fuck out of living in a goddamn house. Like, that's one thing I'm going to do is, girl, I'm going to get a house. I'm going to get a fucking house. I'm going to get a house, and it's going to be the next freaking hype house. It's going to be the next bop house, as you kids say. I don't even know really what the bop house is, so I was told it's like an OnlyFans house, and then apparently name redacted, Ash fucking Trevino. I cannot stand when you guys talk about her because everyone's always, what are your opinions on her? Babe, I don't fucking have any because I don't watch her shit. Okay? I don't understand. I don't understand the obsession. I mean, I get it. She's a bad mom and she fucking, she's like just fun to watch, I guess, in the sense because she's just like entertaining in like a cringe way, I guess. But I don't know. I've never really been someone who like obsessively keeps up with that kind of internet stuff. It just doesn't really do it for me. Um, but I know there's like a lot of lore. The lore runs deep with her apparently. But she went to the Bop House. I don't even know what that means, dude. I literally felt like a grandmother when I was on Twitch like a few weeks ago, and everyone's commenting Ash Trevino at the Bop House. I'm like, that is a sentence that should have never been said before. Like, I don't know what that even means. That's the first time that those words have ever been spoken together in a sentence. I don't know what you even mean by that. Like, but apparently the Bop House is a house that is just a bunch of OnlyFans girls live in, and or something, and they make content there. It's like a content house. Girl, I don't freaking know. So shout out to the Bop House. Am I right? Hey, the cats are getting a little too close to the guys. You're getting a little too close to the tripod again. I don't like that because if you knock it over, I'm gonna be really pissed off this morning. It's too fucking early for this. What the fuck else do I have on here to talk about? Oh yeah, I wrote down Airbnb apartment and then Boston stories because I knew that I would start talking about living in Boston and then how the first time I came out here. And then I was thinking about like all the shit that I used to get into when I was living in Boston, and I feel like I've told you guys like some stories, but I really do like admire that point in my life and like not who I was, because, like, girl, you still always are who you once were. Ooh, that was a bar. Ooh, what am I, freaking Gandhi? That was a bar. You guys, you always are who you once were, mama. Don't ever forget that. Yeah, but no, I mean, it's always a part of you, but it's just, you go through different phases of life and whatever. But just some of the shit that I used to do, I was just so... Yeah, it was young and wild and free. I was just carefree living. And, I mean, I still would get anxiety about certain things, but I really kind of just didn't give a shart, and I was just doing anything and everything. But I had a good effing time. Me and my friend Molly, we run Boston. We run. What is Natalie Nunn say? Run LA. We run Boston. No, girl, we were not running shit, but we still had a very fun time. And we would have a good, and it's just crazy. I'm like, oh my God. But like, also shout out to her because she has a kid now, like, and she's just like, she's living the mommy life. And I'm just like, oh my God, like what, like so much can change in a few years. Like we're freaking grown now. And we used to just be like little thought bots running around just doing, we weren't thoughting. Okay. Maybe every couple of weeks or something, we would get ourselves into a little predicament, but it was fun. It was a fun little phase. Yeah, that was a good time. And I was dancing at the club. I was single. I mean, well, okay, so I was going to say I've been single a majority of my dancing life, but that's actually not true at all. And I feel like a lot of people talk about dating when you're dancing and how hard it can be, and it really is a lot of the times. But I feel like people look in the wrong places because a lot of times these girls will end up dating guys that they quite literally met at the club. And that is like, girl, well, what the fuck did you think was going to happen? I'm sorry, but like, when has that ever been a happy fucking ending for anyone? I've never seen it become a happy ending for anyone. It's always either going to be some sort of like a trick situation where he's your man, but like he's a trick at the end of the day. Or it's kind of a thing where it's like they meet you at the club. They know the type of guy that they are. They know that they cannot control themselves. So then they kind of like project that onto you. And they're like, well, I need you to stop dancing because I don't want you at the club anymore because I don't trust other men because I'm like other men. That's kind of how it is. And this is not coming from experience, girl, because that has been the one thing with me when I was dancing. That was my one rule. I was like, I will never date a guy from the club like out of love. Like I will never like date a guy and be like, this is my man and we're gonna get me like, no. I've like gone, on dates, dinners, and but with the exception of one, they're like someone that I don't mind being around, and two, they got some money on for me. Okay? Not in any way where I'm like, this is my person. Like, bitch, are you out of your fucking mind? I'm sorry. I just can. This is one thing I just. In all my years, girl, I never was able to get behind. But, I mean, hey, because if you're a dancer and you're watching this and you met the love of your life at the club, more power to you. But I've just seen it not work for so many girls. For me to just never even. And when I'm in the club, I'm in such a different zone that even like when a super good looking person comes in, or if there's like a guy that comes in who's just like very good looking, like respectful, has money, you could like literally do everything right. There's something about me being in that club and me working that I will never see you as somebody that I want to be romantic with. It's just not, I don't know. It literally, you could check off every goddamn box. I'm just like, there is something that just doesn't do it for me because we're in this setting right now. And I am at work. I am at work, girl. And some people just treat it as if it's more like it's not work. And that's where I find it becomes issues. And not even just like in your relationship life, but just with like your work. When you mix everything together in one big pot, as a dancer, if your work becomes your play and everything, and it mixes all too much, that's when shit gets real fucking messy, girl. That's when shit gets real messy. When your work is like every aspect of your life, your social life, your fun, and it can be, girl, obviously it can be social. I've made great friends at the club and stuff, but you just gotta like still have those boundaries and stuff, because that's what I see a lot of times. It doesn't work out for some people because of that. But yeah, I don't know. I could never date somebody from the freaking club, girl. I could never. And not in a way where I think I'm like better. It just doesn't do anything for me. Like I said, I could see the most attractive, hot fucking person ever, and I'm like, nothing about me wants to see you outside of here. Nothing about me wants to get your number. Like I just don't. Like, this is gonna happen in here. Like, whatever, we could have a good conversation. We could vibe while we're here, but as soon as I take these heels off and get out of this door, I don't give a shit about you. Like, I really just, it's work. It stays here. Like, we can have a good time and kiki and have fun, but it's gonna stay here in the four walls of this building, and that's really just all it is, and all it ever will be. And I'm kind of glad that I've always had that boundary with myself, and it's not even something that I've like had to establish. It was just kind of like how I've always felt. And I just was like, yeah, I just don't, I don't know. I don't really want to, whatever. But, yeah, you'd be surprised, because I feel like a lot of guys too, they're always like, I would know if a stripper was trying to like finesse me or something. Like, I would know. Bitch, they don't. Literally every single time they go in there, even the young, like good looking guys, they're still like, I think she likes me. I think that she really likes me. Guys, no, wait, really, I think I'm different. And what kills me is when like sometimes the young guys will come in and they're just like, I'm probably like the coolest guy you've had to talk to all day, huh? Shut the fuck up. I literally don't care. Oh my god, I do not give a fuck. Please, you literally could be like the most boring person ever and I still wouldn't give a shit as long as you're giving me money. I don't give a fuck. Oh my god, I'm not here like for your entertainment. I technically I am, because that's why you came in here. But like, still, bitch, I'm here for the money. I don't care. I don't give a shit what you look like, or if you got money. That's all that freaking matters to me, because there's no emotional aspect of this in it for me. But yeah, maybe that's another thing too. We should talk about that too. Is that like something? Does that have something to do with me? Is that like, since I can like emotionally block that off, does that have something to do with like me and my emotions and like blocking things out? Because I don't know, girl, is that like a blessing and a curse for me in that scenario? I don't know. Therapists, comment down below. Should I go back to therapy? Let me know. Oh yeah, that's really another thing too. I haven't really gone to therapy in a while, just because I feel like I haven't had much to tell her. not that I think that you should only go to therapy in like times of crisis, but I do think if you are going through something, and you would like an unbiased opinion from somebody who's not like a friend or a family member or a partner or something, I do think it is nice. Or if you just feel like there's things that you like that no one's really going to understand unless it's just like a trained professional, then yes, I do think it's very, very helpful. But on a weekly basis, sometimes I'm like, I don't really got much to say. Like, I really, it's been, kind of smooth sailing. And ever since I've been on my Prozac, girl, it has been smooth sailing. So I can't even really complain. I really can't complain, which, I haven't had a panic attack in, I have not had a full-blown panic attack since I started the Prozac, which has been months now. Which is fucking amazing. And I'm so happy about that. There's been points, the closest I ever got to one was on the flight back home, on the flight back to LA, from when I visited my family around Thanksgiving, the flight back home. When I sat on the plane right as we were about to take off, it got to that point where like my body got really hot and I was like, like it was just almost at that like tipping point. It was there, girl. And then I was just like, okay, no, because like you need to get it the fuck together right now. Like I was a second away from grabbing the flight attendant and being like, help me. But I was just like, okay, girl, you're good. Hey, you're fine, because you're gonna have to sit on this plane regardless, whether you freak out or not. So what do you want to do? What decision do you want to make? And then I calmed down. And that was the closest that it has gotten. But other than that, I've been doing a lot of things and, trying to just trying to broaden my horizons. No, but for real, I've really just been trying to do more shit. And I mean, there's obviously not like stuff that I could do fucking every day or even every week that's like a cool big thing that is like me pushing my boundaries when it comes to like anxiety and stuff. But I try to like just do more and get out more. And I really don't even think about it sometimes. Like there's a lot of the times like where I'm just like out doing stuff a few months ago, more than a few months ago, where I'd be like, oh my God, okay, this is going to be anxiety inducing. It's something that doesn't even like cross my mind anymore, which has been a blessing. So yeah, I'm feeling really good. And, I'm happy about that, dude. I've been feeling really freaking good. So just wanted to share that with you guys. And I hope you guys have been feeling good too. And if you're not, that's okay. Because girl, I was not feeling that fucking good a few months ago either. Sometimes you just need to like just reset. Sometimes you just need to reset everything and just take it from there and that's okay. That's okay. It's okay to do that. It's okay to just do like a full fucking reset and just be like, okay, this is not working. Whatever the fuck I'm doing right now is not working, and just kind of reset it, girl. And that's okay, because sometimes you need that. You need just kind of a little bit of a fresh start. But yeah, I'm trying to turn a new leaf though. I am trying to turn a new leaf. I am locked in, as the kids would say. I have been going to the gym a lot. I've been going to the gym a lot. I've been eating good. So I'm not seeing any results yet. Hey, where are the results? It's been like 2 weeks. Hey, I'm waiting. Not even a pound or something. I'm kidding. I lost like a pound or two, but girl, that shit fluctuates. It's like water weight at that point, but I am locking in. I promise you, for the time being. And I feel so much better about myself when I go to the gym. I feel so much better about myself. And there's something about being sore that like I actually like. I'm like, wow, I'm sore because I worked out. Like, I don't know. Something about being sore, I kind of like that in a weird way. So I am locking in as far as that goes. And I even told myself, I was like, maybe I might take a break on the podcast to focus on doing more vlogs and stuff, because I love the podcast. Don't get me wrong, but sometimes I'm just like, I feel like, and it's not that I feel like I would do more necessarily, because it's like literally an hour out of my day, but I don't know why sometimes I lag so fucking hard on the podcast. Like it's just a matter of like sitting down, but once I sit down and get everything set up and start talking, I love this. Like I have so much fun doing this. But I'm like, I don't know, like I want to have people on, and I really don't have that many people that would like want to come on, because at the end of the day, like you guys are like, oh, bring on this person, bring on that person, like bring on your friends. But a lot of my friends, they're not social media like this is not what they do. They're not, a lot of them are nervous to get in front of here and do this, not even like because people like, it's just not their cup of tea. That's not what they really do. So I kind of want to, do more like collabby kind of stuff and meet other creators and stuff. That would be really cool. So other people that kind of do what I do and would like to come on here, but eventually, that's kind of what I want to get going. And I am gonna be posting more vlogs. And TikTok's been doing good. TikTok's been giving me some views, girl. So thank you, TikTok. Thank you, TikTok. Shout out you for putting some money in my freaking pocket. And do we know if TikTok is like back for real or if it's like, because didn't they just do another ban extension for like 100 something days? I don't know. I guess we'll cross that bridge when we get there. But I am locked in until further notice. I really, by the summertime, I want to be hot, famous, sexy, rich. Anything else? Hot, famous, sexy, rich. Hair luscious, flowing down to my ass. Perfect body, sexy, gorgeous. Just naming it. Yeah, that's pretty much everything I could ever ask for. Yeah, that's pretty much it. But I mean, I'm getting there, girl. Perfect body, maybe not. But everything else, I'm kind of, everything's kind of looking on the up and up. Yeah. But no, for real. It is kind of crazy to think that like I haven't danced in like God knows when. I couldn't even tell you the last time I went to the club, and this is like literally everything that I've ever wanted, and I freaking love you guys. And I know I say this like every episode, but seriously, I will never stop being freaking grateful. And yes, and I was thinking also as well, okay, don't come for me here. Don't come for me. And I wrote this down in the notes, and all I wrote down was sex parties. And hear me out. It's going to take a little bit of a turn here. Hear me out. I don't know what made me think of this because I think I saw like a video of some girl, like a story time of something, or I don't even remember what the hell I saw. But and this is coming from somebody who worked in a club and used to see naked people, well, not naked people, naked girls walking around like all the time. And I'm very like, desensitized to that kind of stuff. And I've been like, in that industry, so that whatever. But I have wanted to go to like some underground sex party for so long. And listen, and not to get freaky. And not even to get freaky. And not one where it's like really weird shit is going on. Like obviously like a consensual like, but I've heard that they're like, some of them are like pretty fucking cool and crazy. And there's like hotels. There's like hotels in like Palm Springs that are like just for like naked sex people. Like people were just at the pool naked. That's crazy. And there's resorts in like Cancun, I think, that are like that too. There's like some freak ass resorts out there. But I feel like the problem is it's a lot of like older people or just like not hotties. Like where is the sexy people all having big giant orgies? Like where the freak is that at? And not even because like I want to participate. Well, I mean, hey, when in Rome. But it's just a thing where it's like I just want to like see the vibe. Like it's just a vibe and an energy that I need to experience. Like I need to experience. Like girl, and even if I sit in the cuck chair in the corner, like what are you gonna do about it? Like what I just want to experience that once in my lifetime. I just need to see what the vibes are like in that room on that day. It's just something that I've always like been intrigued by, and not even like in a horny way at all. Like I'm just like, because what are the vibes here? Like, are you telling me that I'm just sitting having a conversation at the bar and somebody's getting boonched behind me? Like that's crazy. Like I don't know, something about that is just so, it's just something I need to experience. I just need to experience. And there are clubs out here that there's like actual just clubs in LA that you can like go to, and they do that. It's called forget the name of them. There's like two of them apparently, but I don't know like the vibes. One of them you have to have like you have to be a couple. Okay, you have to be a couple or a single girl. A guy by himself cannot go, which I kind of love that because ew, like what the fuck, like get the fuck out of here, you horny freak. But women, single women can go and couples can go. And you have to like have a profile on like this website, and it's like a fucking Facebook but for the sex club, and you'll be like, hey, me and my girl going tonight. Who else going? You like put a picture of yourselves, I guess. I don't know. But that's what I've heard through the grapevine. And But a lot of times I feel like it's like, again, older people, older couples, and I'm like, where are the hotties at? Like, not that old people can't be hot, because there are some older people that are sexy, the freaking boots the house. There are definitely some older couples that I would fucking smash. But it's just they're not there. They're not there. I don't know what's going on. So something is lacking in that department. But if there, oh God, I'm like, there's got to be like some cool, like unheard of, like Hollywood crazy sexy people party that like no one's telling me about, that like I want the invite. Like, where is my freaking invite? Please drop me that damn Eventbrite link. I will RSVP. If you are listening to this and you host one of those, please. But again, not even in a horny way. I just need to experience the energy in that room just for once in my life, just to see what the vibes are. Even if I just go and I sit in the corner and I have a little snack. I'm like, do they serve food? Do we have hors d'oeuvres? Like, literally, everyone's like literally getting fucked. I'm like, hey, you guys have pigs in a blanket or anything? No? Nothing? Ah, shit, I should have ate before I came. I don't know. I just need to experience that. I just need to. And I was also thinking about how I might drink. No, but not listen, because there's something about just going out to a beautiful dinner and just a nice, crisp glass of wine. Something about that. I'm like, I want that. I want it and I need it. So I really am debating on just, and not drinking. And by drinking, I mean having a singular glass of red wine at a dinner, maybe once every 3 months. That's what I mean by drinking. But the thing is, I'm afraid to even drink something in public because I don't know how I'm going to react because of the new medication that I'm on. And I also have been on medication ever since I have drank ever in my life. So I don't even know what it's like to drink alcohol and not be on an SSRI, because I know it affects people differently. So I don't know if it's because sometimes it like makes you way drunker way quicker. Sometimes makes people like sick. It makes people black out. It's horrible. So I'm like, I don't know if I want to experience that. Or if I go out and I have a freaking glass of wine and then my friend has to carry, like I have to get fucking taken out in a stretcher at fucking Joe and Vinny's. Like, what? Is that the name of that restaurant? I'm like, I'm at what are some other like LA restaurants? I'm at Yamashiro getting taken down the hill. That big ass fucking hill on a goddamn stretcher. Are you serious? It's so embarrassing. No, I will not allow that off of a glass of wine. So maybe I have to like drink wine in private and see how it goes. Like, what am I just gonna get a fucking bottle of wine and sit here and drink it? I mean, people do that regularly. Like, people do that. That's like a. You're looking at me. You're like, girl, that's my Wednesday night. What the fuck are you talking about? That's me after I come home from work on a fucking Tuesday, girl. But you're true. Have a little glass of wine, a little glass of unwind to wine, a little glass of wine to unwind. What are we talking about? What are we talking about? What else? I've been watching a lot of Jubilee videos lately. I don't know why. The ones where they are, it's like the middle ground and not what's the other one called? It's middle ground, and then it's like it'll be like 50 woke liberals versus one conservative guy. And they'll all like gang up on like the person, not gang up, but they're like all debating basically about certain topics. But I've been watching a lot of them, and it's literally just rage bait. See, that's why I don't know why I am even watching these, because a lot of them are quite literally just fucking rage bait, and not for the entirety of the videos, but there are just some, especially if you watch like the conservative versus liberal ones, a lot of it's just rage bait because they just go into like abortion opinions and stuff, and just some of the stuff that comes out of these people's mouths. I'm just like, huh? And the freaking, oh my god, what's his name? Charlie Kirk, is that his name? Where he's like a little human. Oh god, I can't with that fucking a little human. Oh my god, that's so fucking scary, that goddamn video. So I was watching like the full video of that one, and then I was watching, it was like trad wives versus feminists. And I'm like, what the fuck are we even doing, girl? And it was like, some of them, you could tell some of them were like more trad wifed out than the other ones. Like, some were just like, yeah, me and my husband were like a partnership, you know, everything's kind of like we make decisions together, and as like you would think, I guess. And then some of them are like, no, my husband makes all the decisions. He is my leader. He is my alpha. He is my wolf. He is my god. I'm like, oh my god, what the fuck, bitch? Holy shit. He's just a guy. He's just a guy at the end of the day. Oh my god. Like, put him on. I'm like, that is so. Please, like, release her from those freaking shackles of being chained to that man. That is so scary. Oh my god, I just could not imagine being that submissive to anyone in my entire life. I mean, like, it's okay to be like a little bit submissive and like let your man like, or let your partner, period, like if you're just like naturally more of a submissive person, to just let your partner like kind of take the lead with certain stuff, because some people just genuinely enjoy that, just like actually enjoy, like, yeah, I could just kind of sit back and like I trust my partner to make the decisions that like I would want them to make, and like I trust their decisions on shit, and that's kind of cool to be able to just be like, they got it, they can handle it, I'm just chilling, I trust them and I know them. But for them to be like, he leads me, he guides me, he is my spirit, he is my like, what are we talking about right now? Like, genuinely, are you okay? Are you okay? And then they'll be like, then they were arguing, they were like, okay, well, if he cheats on you, like, is that grounds for divorce? And they were like, a marriage is a binding contract, so there are things that you can work through. So they're like, okay, but if your husband has sex with another woman, what are you doing? And they were just like, I think that's, there are temptations that can be. I'm like, just say your husband is out fucking bitches, dude. Just say your husband is out here fucking bitches, and he knows that you do not give a shit. Well, not that you don't give a shit, but that you will not leave his ass. So he is taking advantage of that shit, I am sure, probably, honey. Please. So I was just like, oh my goodness, please. These women just, I don't know. Some of these opinions. So it's a little bit of rage bait, but I just have been watching it a lot. How long have I been recording for, girl? I don't effing know. Should we start taking some calls? I think it's about that time, huh? I think it's about that time. All right. How many calls we got? 2, maybe 3. We'll see. All right. Let's start here. Vanilla's Villa. How can I help you?
Hi, Vanilla. Um, so you're getting more popular as time goes on, and I wanted to ask you what would be your end goal and what projects would you do if you got famous from this? So, yeah.
That is a great freaking question. I have actually not been asked that before. So, what is the end goal? That's a fucking great question. So, basically, the end goal is to get to a point where I have a budget, mama. Because once I get a budget, I will be unstoppable. You have to trust and believe me that once I get a budget with this shit, because at this point, okay, so you got to understand, this is the transition that everything has been for me. So, I started doing Twitch. I was dancing at the club, doing Twitch, TikTok, everything, and YouTube, everything all in between. And then eventually it got to a point where, okay, I was able to slowly stop working at the club, go a few days less, and then eventually just stop working altogether, because now my income from Twitch, YouTube, TikTok combined is around what I was making at the club every month. So that's great. But and amazing. Literally, like, that's a fucking dream in itself. But it's not, at a point where I could be fucking Mr. Beasting it and buying 20,000 houses and, whatever, and being like, first person to fucking take their hand off this Porsche fucking wins 20 million. Whatever stupid shit. Like, it's not to the point where I have a budget and I could, like, pay people to be on like a payroll with me. I mean, I pay people as needed for like edits and every now and then for, and like just other related stuff, like on a like post by post basis, like a per what I'm trying to say. But it's not like where I could like have like an editor. Like I don't have like an editor that I'm like, okay, I could just record shit, send it over to them. They fucking, like, I'm not at that point where I can hire people. But I think that'd be so, like, dude, and it would make my life easier, and it would be, someone else is able to get paid to do what they like to do, because some of you have so much fun editing my fucking videos, and I know that. And it's like, I cannot wait for that. I cannot wait for that. So the end goal is just to the villa to become an empire. No, but for real, for it to just become a thing that like I could do so much more with. And like I really want this to be a thing. And I genuinely, like, this is not even me trying to be funny. I am so inspired by Slushy Noobs right now. And I've loved Slushy Noobs for like the past year or so. Whenever I first kind of like found out about them, I've always known who they were, like from, but then like once I actually started like watching their videos, I have been so, if you don't watch Slushy Noobs, this is not going to really make sense to you, but their marketing and just like everything that they're doing is so, like every single thing that they do is so fucking genius and good from like a marketing perspective, and just like as far as like the entertainment factor. So for those of you who don't know, Slushy Noobs is these two creators, Martin and Hamza. They make TikToks, they make YouTube videos, and they do vlogs, they do gaming videos, and they kind of have this like shtick where honestly, a lot of my fucking vocal stims are like from the way that like, are you freaking serious? Like that's honestly just for me watching their videos so much, because that's like how they talk, and it's kind of like now become part of my fucking vernacular as well. But uh they hello, spit it out. They took a break on YouTube and doing their podcasts for like a month or two, like they probably like 2 months. And they were like, around Christmas time, they were like, we're taking a break. They pumped out a whole bunch of videos like right before they took a break. They were like, here, you guys, they called it Slushmas. There was like, I don't know, 8 videos or 12 videos every day. There was a new video uploaded. And they like, they were like, we're taking a break. They didn't say when they were going to come back, and people were like, oh my God, what if they never come back? They did like a one last big merch drop, and they were like, okay, we're taking a break. So, cause they were like, we just need to like have a little bit of time to ourselves. Cool. So they take this break for 2 months, and then they come back and they announce a boxing match that they were going to do. They were going to fight each other. Okay. Like a real official boxing match that was being streamed live on YouTube. So they did a weigh-in, they did all this shit, and they literally boxed each other, and it was so entertaining and actually like emotional, and it was crazy. It was effing crazy. And now they're back on YouTube, and they're releasing, and they've been actually like genuinely training for this for the past like 9 months, like in secrecy, and they're releasing a documentary about it on Patreon. I'm just like, dude, the marketing is just fucking, it's crazy. Like they are so, I'm like, y'all are fucking genius. But they have like a whole team. They have a warehouse. But that, like, something like that is the fucking goal, to have like a big studio set where I could have the merch being like, printed, and not printed necessarily, but like I could do all the merch shit, like pack it and send it out. And then there's also like a space for the podcast, and that's a fucking dream in itself, just to kind of like have a budget and have people working for me, and a manager, and a this and that, an accountant. Like that's like to even be in a position where you need people like that is so fucking, is like, that's how you know you made it, girl. Like that's how you know you made it for real. But not that I need like all the super flashy shit. It's just more about like it feeling more like wow, this is really something. Like this is really something. And it is really something now, and I do feel that way, but it's more just like, oh shit, like this is a whole little empire I built. Like this is crazy. And that's really kind of like the end goal for me. And just to continue just doing content in YouTube, but it will all just become better, and not better in the sense that you're going to get like a different version of me, because I'm always still going to be me, but it's just like the production value is going to be higher. That's what I would like, for the production value to be higher, to collab with more people, and just that kind of stuff. That's kind of like what I see myself doing. So good freaking question. I hope I answered your question. I don't know. But yeah, just to have the higher production value and just keep making content that you guys love, but better. So yeah. All right, let's take another call. One more call. Let's do this one. Vanella's Villa, how can I help you?
Hello, Vanilla. This is Durbin. I wanted to say that I love the podcast. I love the stream. I'm a day one podcast villa visitor, if you will. Um, and my question is, how I need advice on how to make friends as an adult. Like, I'm not in school anymore. I'm kind of done trying to make friends with coworkers. Like, how the hell do I find friends as a 20-something-year-old? Yeah, like, I feel like I can't connect with anybody. I don't know. I don't even know where to start. So I want to hear your advice.
Great question. Okay, so I don't know why my brain first immediately went to this, and this is not me telling you to go do this because if this is not something that you would want to do, girl, don't do it. But this is like a good example of you just need to find like adult things that you're like not even it doesn't even have to be like your childlike self enjoys doing, but more of like your creative self. Like just hobbies and stuff that you wouldn't normally do, like unless you were like, okay, I have to go to this place and I have to go do this thing, like I have to go, like I'm gonna go do my little hobby. And I remember I do have a vlog about it, but me and Dylan went to this rock climbing gym that he goes to sometimes, and the sense of like community there and how people were just like chilling and you could tell that a lot of these people like met there and are just like friends from the fucking rock climbing place, like the indoor rock climbing place. I was like, damn, these people are like really homies because of this shit for real. Oh, hold on, let me my mom just texted me and she said, because I posted, hold on, sorry, hold the thought. My mom just texted me, oh my God. She goes, Worm, I was watching your TikTok about your old apartment. That place was a rat hole fire hazard dumpster fire hole in the wall. I'm not even making that. I literally was talking about my first apartment when I moved. This is verbatim. This is my mother's words. I didn't say this in the video. That place was a rat hole fire hazard dumpster fire hole in the wall. LMAO. I cried when we left you there and prayed every night. I gotta respond to that. Oh my God, I said I'm crying. Oh my God, that is so funny. So that just goes to show how bad my first apartment was. It really was horrible. It was so horrible. It was so horrible. It was really, really bad. We only lived there for like 6 months because then we found out there was like freaking asbestos and like black mold, I think. So I don't even remember. But anyway, sorry. Let's get back on track here. So how do you meet friends? I think you need to find a hobby that you enjoy doing. Something that like a hobby that necessarily is kind of like a community thing. Because some people, I feel like they think it's like kind of like cringy to like do, but I really don't think it is. Like I really don't think it's like cringy to like go find like community things that like people do. But the rock climbing club was like genuinely, I was like, wait, this is kind of a vibe, dude. This is kind of a vibe. So just like exploring more hobbies, I feel like could lead you to people that are like-minded. I've done the 222 thing where it's like this thing they have in New York and LA where you could like meet new people, and it's cool. I mean, it's fun, but I haven't really like met anyone that I'm like, oh my God, I need to be besties with you. I've like followed a few of them on Instagram, but no one that I'm like, wow. I mean, they're all cool, but not like an instant connection where I'm like, oh my God, we need to be best friends. But I mean, girl, you're looking at me too. I'm like, I've had the same fucking 4 friends for like years since I've moved out here, so I can't even really speak on that. It is hard. It really is hard, and it also depends on where you live too. It really does, because it depends on like what there is to do in your area, and I mean, and if you, how your like social life is, if you, do you drink, do you go out, like, because that's another thing too with me. It's like, okay, a lot of people are just like, okay, just go out, go to a bar. I'm like, and then what, just sit in the corner? Like, I don't drink, so it's like, what is really even the point of me just going to a bar just to go? But yeah, it is actually really hard. But I would say just don't go to like, there's like how's like Bumble BFF and shit like that. I mean, I don't know. I don't really know anyone who's had like great luck with that kind of a thing. It's just it has to be kind of like a natural thing, but I'd say your best option is just trying to like explore different hobbies and stuff. And now I kind of want to go back to that rock climbing place, but I just got my nails done, girl, so not anytime soon. I got the cat eye thing, and it's so much fun. It's so fun to look at. If I've never had cat eye nails, and I just keep doing this all day because it shimmers and reflects. So very cute. Shout out Polished by V. That's my nail tech. So if you live in LA and you want good nails, you have to go to her, girl. She is the best of the freaking best. But yeah, I think this is where we could call it for today. Sorry for the late upload again. I love you. Mean it seriously. Okay, for real. And merch is out. Hey, merch is out. Website's open for 2 weeks, and then you're never freaking getting it again. So, girl, don't say that you didn't have time to get it because you got 2 weeks. Okay, I don't want to hear it. Seriously. I love you so much. I'll see you next week. Bye.